Hi there, Dangar Stu here, and in this video we're going to restore this super cool but super old game fishing reel. It's all seized up and needs a good clean.
Identity theft is not a joke, Jim.
Alright, so I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, who are you? Or, what are you doing on Stu's boat? And the truth is, Stu isn't here right now, but I am on RENKO. We're boat sitting it for a few weeks while he's off going on a different adventure, sorting out some things. She's sitting good. Really, babysitting RENKO just means go and check the bilge pump every now and then and make sure there's no water sitting in it, but very self-sufficient, which is awesome. But when Stu was here and when I was chatting to him, he showed me this. It's a big reel. One of you guys probably actually gave it to him, and he said if you want to clean it up, more than welcome to. It's pretty seized up. Literally can't get any give on the handle at all. It's pretty corroded and a bit messy. So I figured that why not give it a good clean and get it working again. But before I do that, if you don't know who Stu is, you need to check him out. He's had a YouTube channel forever. It's an amazing channel if you've got outboard questions, engine questions, boat questions, welding questions. He basically does it all and it's awesome, awesome content. Most recently, he had this boat a few months ago up on the hard stand up in North Queensland, where he basically rebuilt the whole boat, right? A whole bunch of panel removal and rust treatment and repainting and basically refitted out the whole thing. So make sure you check him out because he's really, really good. He's a legend and it's an epic, epic boat. But now, let's get off RENKO, leave it nice and clean, and go and work on this reel restoration. There's a lot of line on there, so I want to remove all that line, and we'll see what's sitting underneath it. It's pretty heavy. I don't know what weight that is. It could be 40 pound mono. I don't know. It's heavy. Anyway, let's see what we got. So I've given it a light hose just to get the bulk of the salt off it. It was still very salty. I can already see some of the whiteness of the salt from around here is gone, which is good. I was prepared actually to use some of this Salt Away with it, which obviously not sponsored or anything, but this is epic for cleaning boats and motors and stuff. So I figure that if I'm pulling apart these pieces and it's really hard to get them clean, I might try salt before I go into like polishing and everything else. So I've actually got a whole bunch of things here to go through the process of getting this cleaned, polished, and then oiled up. This is the stuff I use quite a bit on my reels. So Wilson's Reel Lube. I also got this. It's Surecatch gear oil, which is sorry about that. Which again, both of those are from BCF, but I figure it's worth a go of making sure that once I do put it back together, it's all lubed up. There is a bit more movement in it now, which is good. I can actually get it to click when it turns. It's still quite hard to turn. You've got to properly grip it to get it round, but it goes around in little clicks, and then it catches, so I just need to play with that. But I think if I get it all opened up, get it cleaned up, get it lubed up, it should be all right. I might need to get some replacement parts, but I'm going to try and do it without resorting to that if we can. I'm going to try and just keep it all as is. I will need to get a new bolt for here because that's bent, which is not optimal. But yeah, we'll start to remove some parts and see what it looks like. so I just got it open. A bit of really old grease in there, but interestingly, this top cap here had pushed through, fallen through the little spring piece and was sitting inside the reel. So I can at least fix that, clean it up. I did strip one screw, as you can see there. I'm gonna try and get that out and then just get a matching screw for it. But I reckon I'll be able to clean this up and get it all greased up properly and back in the water. I reckon it all looks really good mechanically. It's just, once you get in there, it's just clean up. So yeah, let's get into it. There's a lot of gunk in here. Interestingly, when you actually get the grease off the bearings, they actually look pretty good. I'm not going to pull the whole bearing apart, but that actually looks pretty clean, and I'm getting a good turn on that now with no friction. It's just inside the reel itself that gets a bit of friction, but I think if I clean it up, I should be able to get it pretty close. All right. I've since pulled the spool out. The inside's actually pretty good. Like really, it could be a lot worse condition than it is. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. It just needs to be, I'm using WD-40 basically as a cleaning agent. Probably should use something more specific, but I think if I use that, clean it up, get it all out, and then add plenty of grease, should be good. All right, well, it's cleaned up pretty well. I'm super happy with how nicely that's come out. You wouldn't quite know it from the outside, but I think it'll go back together beautifully. So we're going to start the reassemble. The bearings here feel all right. You probably would replace them ideally, but in the interest of getting it greased up and back together, I think I'm going to do it, and that might be a later job. Alright, so I'm not fooling anyone and trying to pretend like this reel looks amazingly better. It actually doesn't look that different to when I started. Obviously the metal's been polished up a little bit. The chrome especially came up probably a bit nicer than the gold did. There's plenty of nicks and dings in it, so I wasn't trying to sort of, you know, polish and cutting compound and multiple buffing treatments. Like I didn't go to that extent. You definitely could and get out a lot of the surface scratches, but it's cut through to metal in so many places. I was like, you know what? Fixed and working is more important than aesthetics in this case. So I'm gonna now hit it with inox just to give it a good seal over the whole thing. But what was most important was that it worked. That's what I cared about in this video. I cared that it worked. So probably could have used it as it was. Once I'd loosened up some of the line off the spool initially, it did loosen right up. And it was the grease in it was actually pretty good. It was pretty dirty, but it was greased up well. So apart from some salts that had gone into some of the bolts, in really, really good shape. But now it works, it's greased up, and ready for use. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, and make sure you do go check out Dangar Stu's videos on Dangar Marine, the YouTube channel. Epic dude, epic videos, really, really cool. And RENKO is a phenomenal boat. If you haven't seen it, go back and watch his videos over the last couple of years on that, because it's epic. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys really soon.